So tell me this, Ahana, which is your favorite book or a movie?
My favorite, I have two favorite films. I love Dil Se and I love When Harry Met Sally. I
Oh,
love that film. So, and oh, sorry, and another one. Oh God, how can I forget this? I love You've Got Mail. I
oh,
grew up watching it. Like I was very young when I watched it, and I was just like, "Oh, I want to be Meg Ryan," you know. So
you
I
clearly
think
like Tom Hanks
I
and
love him.
Tigran.
I love both of them. I think they're such a great on-screen couple.
And the classic dialogue, I want to have what you're having. No,
I know
I want to have what she's having, right?
having.
And what do you do when you chill? How do you like to chill?
Well, I usually these days I've been chilling a lot. Whenever I get time to chill, I watch a lot of like I've been binge watching a lot of shows, and I think it's nice because I didn't get to do that for a very long time, and I'm really trying to grasp as many shows as I can, see as many performances as I can,
Mm.
and it's nice to be able to see so many actors doing so many different things and so many makers trying to make such different worlds. And I really think like sitting in my house, I've literally traveled the entire world thanks to Netflix and the Amazons and all the different platforms that I've been watching all the shows on. So yeah.
Is there anything that you want to tell your younger self, like really young, 18, 20, 19, when you were starting out? Or you think it's all good? That,
Well, I think I've had a very interesting journey. I've really done like the right things at the right time. I partied a lot when I was 18, 19, a lot, like a lot. And there were times when I remember in college also when we used to party till 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, and then we used to. So in Bombay, like there are lots of places you can get food. So we used to just grab food, somewhere in the morning. We used to get like anda pav, and we used to eat that, and then we used to come to, I was in HR, so we had this ladies' common room. So we used to go and brush our teeth there and just go for the first lecture at 7 in the morning. So
wow.
I've done like an all-nighter, not slept at Anda Murji on the road, gone to the LCR with all my girlfriends, and I quickly brushed our teeth, changed our clothes, and gone into another lecture. So we've done quite a lot of like whacked things, I think, while growing up. So I don't think I'll ever want to change that because I think that's a really it was a fun part of like growing up for me,
Yeah.
and I'll always live by those memories. So I think those are very precious to me. But yes, I will always say that once I got out of film school, I became very like I always wanted to like go out and like be seen and be visible and go to these film parties and everything, which I think was not the right way to go about. I wish somebody had guided me back then, or like held my hand and been like, don't do this, nothing really comes out of it and you're really going to waste your time. And I wish I could just tell my younger self or anybody who's younger to me now, the generation that's kind of coming out, because I think this generation is really smart and they figured it all out. I really shouldn't be telling them this because they really know this, but if they don't, I would really like to say spend time working on your craft as opposed to going to a party. And definitely film parties don't get you any work. If you're good at your job, you'll be hired. So don't worry about anything else except for the fact that you need to work hard on your craft, and that's about it, because that's the only thing that matters.
So, talking of parties, I want to talk about friends too. So, what is the in an industry? Friends are also hard to find, right? So, what is the definition of a friend, like a good friend for you?
Well, I've been saying this actually a lot in my interviews because I think this lockdown has kind of given me a great perspective about like my friends and who I really want to be in touch with and who has really stayed. I think friends are those who grow up with you, who know everything about you, and it's very difficult to make friends in a professional space. Having said that, I won't deny that I have made some very good friends while working, and they are good friends, and they are people that I can reach out to when I really want help. But I think the first person that I'll reach out to will be my family, and the second will be the my girlfriends who I've really grown up with, and there are lots of them because I really had like a huge circle of friends while growing up. But I think it's important that we distinguish the difference between acquaintances and colleagues and friends, and it's very important to do that very early in your life. A lot of us, like when we really fall flat on our faces, that's when we realize, okay, you know what, I really don't have too many friends, I just have a few. And I think those handful are enough and you don't need more. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's your tribe. your
Yeah.
your tribe is always there to back you up, right?
Always, always. It's a little too much.
So, Ahana, I don't know if your answer will change if I had asked you before lockdown and after lockdown, but I think overall it kind of stays the same. What is the secret source of happiness for us, for all of us, for you? I mean,
I think it's about being content. And my mother says this thing, and I've been like not paying attention to her for years, and now I have started because I feel like I'm becoming like my mother slowly, steadily, and that happens with a lot of us. We all become our mothers and fathers, at some point. And my mother always says कि वक्त से पहले और किस्मत से ज़्यादा ना कभी किसी को कुछ मिला है ना कभी मिलेगा. And I truly believe in that. And I think like if you're content with something, live your life happily and content. Don't try too hard and too much that you lose yourself in the bargain. So I think I'm living by that now. So, and it's kind of making me feel at peace. So I'm fine.
oh, that's very pertinent thing that you said, because at the end of the day, everything that everyone does is for peace of mind, right? It's for to be content with what we have, right?
I think again, like something that my parents also say again, they always say कि तुम्हारे पास खाने के लिए है ना, 2 टाइम की रोटी मिल रही है ना, then why
Yeah.
are you going crazy? Like I just feel like that's such an important thing. Sometimes you forget that and you forget to be grateful.
I mean, you
That
have a lot more than that. You have achieved success. You have achieved recognition. Your work has been acknowledged by the, in industry, big people. You have got good roles. Who can claim in this last few years, not just that you've been in here forever, just last few years, you're inundated with roles. When I was looking up all your work in the last few days, I was like, does she have a clone? One is in Hong Kong filming, it happened in Hong Kong. One is filming here, one is filming there. I mean, so you have done a lot of work. So I think you can't even say that you've been there, and there's a lot more to come for you, I'm sure.
I hope, I hope.
There's lots of good things coming up, and all these filmmakers and directors and producers who are out there looking for good talent. Here is Ahana.
Yeah.
If you haven't, not yet. Whom are you filming? Whom are you casting? Right?
No, I feel like there are I have very good contemporaries, and I think I have very talented contemporaries, and I'm very proud of each one of the girls who's really made it on her own. Because
Yeah,
trust me,
tell us
it's
a few. Tell me a few that you like these days.
I like a lot of actresses. I love Kirti's work. I love Rasika. I love Shayoni. I love uh, a lot. Who are the others? I love Saimi. Saimi is very nice. There is Radhika Madan. There is Mrinal. There are lots of these girls who are very good, and I think everybody's really working hard to be, become relevant. Because right now, I think the only thing that everybody is really like wanting to be is relevant, and it's not easy. And and I'm very proud of each one of my contemporaries, and I'm very
Yeah.
very happy that every one of them is doing a lot of good work.
Shayoni was in my show a few weeks back. We did 2 episodes, and I had met her just like I had met you, but I hadn't spent as much time as I did with you in
Yeah,
Jitin's film festival a few years back in
right,
Dallas.
right.
So yeah, and of course, I love Four More Shots, Please. This is my to-go-to show when I want to relax. Love all
I'm
the
sure.
girls, love the energy, love the vibes.
Manvi,
So
how did I forget Manvi? Yeah.
yeah, Manvi. She's done so much now. I see her everywhere. In
She's
the
fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm
after
very happy. I feel very happy, and Shreya Dhanvantri, there's another one, Shreya. There's so many. My God, I think if I keep taking names, I'll just be like spending like an hour. But I think there are so many Sanya,
talented. Yeah.
lots of these girls, yeah, and they're doing some really good work. Really
Yeah,
good.
no, our industry has really picked up the A game. It's
Yeah.
another level now. So, name your influencers, few people who are like out there. Everyone has, like, I can say, okay, one is Tom Hanks. Who inspires you from their acting skills? Maybe in 40s, 50s, 60s, anyone you can name, Indian, American, Polish, Swiss, anyone you can think of, or writers, producers. They don't have to be just actors who really mastered their craft, I would say.
I mean, there are lots. Obviously, one can't really deny.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But what you look up, give me a few names.
uh, I I like the way there are few people who've handled their careers so far, and I must say, it has to, I mean, it has to be, I have to include Nasir sir and Bachchan Sahab, who've clearly been like the greatest influences in my life. I think not only the way they've handled their careers, I think the way they've handled their life. Uh, we've suddenly like made this life so difficult, and suddenly everything has become so like, oh my God, like this is the end of everything. And I think dejection is a huge part of our life. Dejection is a huge part of our career, and the way our, the way we um, basically build ourselves, and we get rejected every day of our lives as actors. And but I think like they've handled it so well. So I think for me, these two people have been clearly the greatest inspiration, really. If and I'm glad that I got to know them very early, and I got to see the way they work. And it's really like sar jhukao or kaam karo, roz kaam karo, and work every day of your life. Make sure you're doing something that is work related, uh, and uh, and you'll see everything, And I think one person who's really inspired, I think everybody, not only me alone, has to be Priyanka Chopra. I think she's handled her career very well. She's a woman, she's feisty, and she's really been out there. She's gone from our industry to an industry which is absolutely alien to all of us. So many people have tried to make it there. Big actresses from our industry have tried to make it there and not been able to, just even get like a foot in the door, which I think is very difficult at a global level, to be able to to be recognized, and to do well. And and she's a woman, and she's done well. And I think I take great pride in the fact that she's Indian, and and she's made it.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I mean, I'm so proud of her. Everyone here, everyone, even if they don't know anyone in Bollywood or Indian face or Indian name, they know Priyanka.
Yeah,
They
I
know
think she's
Priyanka.
fantastic. And she's managed to do what, and no one has managed to
No
do. So
one
I
has
think,
done. Yeah.
yeah,
Because she's very, and the way she handles media is also very creditable. She's always very graceful. She
yeah,
gets along with the journalist whom she's talking to. She gets that vibe, and she's not nervous. She's just always so confident and out there. And I think we are all very proud of her. And Nick is
yeah.
amazing. Her manager, producer, Angela, she's awesome. I know her too very well. And she had told me her story back, like why she wanted that this was her dream growing up. She wanted a role model. She wanted a brown role model so that everyone can say, yeah, that so that there's no bullying if there is a role model like Priyanka. I mean, that time she didn't think of Priyanka, but she told me that as in UK when she was growing up, this is what she wanted. She wanted an Indian role model.
Yeah, I think also what happens is a lot many times that that we think that it's not possible, and I think somebody who's made it possible, then we really look up to that person and think like, yeah, you know what, it's really in our minds that we think that this is not possible. It really is. So you just have to find a way. And then, I mean, to be able to have a credible long career, a glorious long career, that takes a lot. I
Yeah.
mean, not very many women can handle that. And I think Priyanka has been able to handle that very efficiently. And she's very, she's, she's very nonchalant when she's talking, but she's also very like restrained about what she's saying. I think like I like the way she measures her words. I like to watch her interviews because she's so articulate with what she's saying. She's so clear in her mind about what she wants to really put out there in the universe, and it's really come back to her. Whatever she's really asked for has come to her. So I think it's about really self belief, which is again like comes back to self belief. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a mojo. So
Huh.
when I invited you and Asis come to my show, be my guest for Fab Life 360. So what's the first thing that came to your mind when you said Fab, when you hear the word Fab Life 360?
Well, I think you have a Fab Life 360, honestly, Seema. I think like you get, it's such an interesting, part of your job because you get to meet everybody and you get to chat with everybody, get to know about their lives. And I don't think only through an interview, I think you make it, you make it very personal. And I think that's pretty fantastic. And I think through your conversations, people get to know us. And, I think I'm always very grateful to anybody who interviews me because I feel that they really have taken that much time out and taken that much interest in my life, in our not very interesting lives, which is packed with work. But I think what you guys do to us is like make it fascinating for other people to hear about us. And I think it's so important to reach out to everybody, and you really become the the source or like the way that we can get to our audiences. And I'm always very grateful. So I think it's a fantastic show that you have. And I'm only too grateful that you invited me
Of
and you're
course, of
listening to
course.
me.
And I'm thinking, why not sooner? And Ahana, thank you so much for spending so much time with me.
Thank you, Seema.
So yeah, all the best
Thank
for
you, Seema.
your next shows, Khuda Office that's coming, and the play that you're doing, and Betal to keep running. Hopefully, more people will watch Marzi as well. You know,
Yes, I hope so. It's on Booth Select in India. I'm not sure how can you view it in the US, but I hope they find a way.
yeah, yeah, no, and there's so much work that there's so much of your work. I already told my listeners where to watch it and what all is there that you have done. And yeah, and then let's catch up in a few months again. Hopefully, things will be much better and you would assign more projects and we could talk about that then. And for
Fingers
now,
crossed.
all the best to you.
Thank you, Seema.